welcome back to Astronomy Arcade. My name's Victoria, but you can call me Vicky. But today, you can call me Kai because it's D&D in Space Night. It is Tuesday night, and every Tuesday night we hang out on stream and we play Dungeons and Dragons in space. It is a fancy little homebrewed edition of that combines like 5e and Pathfinder and Starfinder and a bunch of other shit that Grant has lovingly built for us. Speaking of whom, I will pass it over to our lovely Game Master Grant, and he will get us all caught up to speed. What the hell happened last time?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Mission 6. How'd that happen? Last time on Spaceball Z, we ended up having an interesting time. All sorts of fun little potential foreshadowing that I just littered the floor with on the way. So, the ship is repaired. You have made your way to the Altorum system, specifically Corrada, and you have learned a few things on the way. First, Amryn may or may not have told you that Satsi may be some sort of chosen one sort of character. And that you should probably be ready for whatever that ultimately entails.
Grant, I'm going to stop you there. What you described is not a chosen one. What you described is an antichrist.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Almost to it. Have you read Good Omens?
He's kind of right.
You described almost flawlessly the Antichrist
Enjoy.
from a Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman book.
I went to the bathroom at the worst time possible for that.
You really did.
Forrest out. I took Forrest out, and then I came back,
eventually.
and then suddenly this
Sorry.
drop happened.
Well,
You may
obviously your
continue.
DM needs to continue to educate himself further. But anyway, so yes, fine. Satsi's the Antichrist. This will be fun.
Huh. It sounds a lot more terrifying the second that way.
You also, Leaf also played around with some magic technology, essentially, some sci-tech, sucked the air out of a undetermined area, because I don't think we ever actually said what it was. And all of you may have jumped into the Altorum system a little closer than you intended, because a dice roll was just one off. So you got introduced to the capital ship of the fleet of the family who lives there, and they very kindly escorted you to Corrada, which is the planet that you've been trying to get to.
Just really funny thing that I just want to mention, because stream will get worried about it. Yes, I was muted just now, only to y'all, not to Zoom, so I did just chew out Grant for giving me a shitty roll after 19. But it's fine. Anyway, continue.
I control not the dice. The dice are controlled by their own whims.
Unfortunately, I control the mute of my microphone. I forget.
So essentially exactly where we left off is all of you landed on the outskirts of the beautiful city of Corrada. This is the city Corrada itself. It is gorgeous. It is glittering. It looks like the place to be in this system. And the landing pad you have been given, it's nice, it's clean, there's beach on either side of it, and there are a couple of Byrnan diplomats waiting outside your ship, or whenever you're ready to leave.
Amazing.
Alright, so how loaded are we, leaving?
Wait,
what,
we
what
have to...
What are we packing?
Hold on, wait, we have to meta a little bit and introduce our characters.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Hi, Brick.
Hi.
Really quick, before we continue on that, my name's Vicky, but I play Kai, as I said in the beginning. I'm the heirloom human pilot of the group. I am the team captain of Dawn's Horizon, and I often mute my microphone because I and then forget. So we're gonna try to not do that anymore. That's me, Vicky, though. Kai just talks a lot. Ari.
Hi, I'm Amanda, but I play Aerie, the psionic warrior elf of the group, and I have an entity that is attached to me. He is my roommate in my brain, and this is my best friend, Brick.
Hi, I'm Brick. I go by Brick. I am the tank of the group, the power armor-wielding psychopath, and, I also have an entity attached to me that I keep forgetting about as a player. Speaking of Antichrist, and
Yeah, really.
He's less of an antichrist and more like a straight up demon.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
It's fine.
Accurate.
It's probably fine.
Speaking of probably fine, I am Leaf. I'm a psionic adept elf hacker, handler to Wonder the Space Weasel, Buddy and Chomper, the attack wizards, Arachne and Athena, the lovely little weaver worms, which are, for those of you not familiar, basically dragon spiders, as well as a hopefully ever-growing menagerie of various critters.
Who knows what you will find this mission?
I don't like these spiders.
Yes, I've traded out Sniper for Diplomat, and I'm thankfully not the only person in the party who actually has ranks in that.
I have.
Because that was gonna be a disaster.
I'm good now.
I know, it's great.
Not for me.
I'm multi-class, y'all. It's okay. We're being smart now.
Yeah, clean officer.
Still not a war criminal. Still group therapist, though. And on this planet, hopefully not an eco-terrorist.
God, I hope not.
There's still bunnies on this ship, by the way, so they might
Fuck.
still get off. They might still escape and frolic.
That's a great question, Lynn Jersey. Sheer luck, I think, at this point.
We don't know. They've managed to create a whack-ass ecosystem.
Canonically, Wonder has at least nibbled on a few of the bunnies. It hasn't controlled their population at all.
And the other critters bite back.
Yeah.
So they've established a equilibrium, a truce, as it were.
Yeah.
Enforced by Leaf with psionic powers and drugs.
Speaking of, well, not actually speaking of psionic powers and drugs, but I think there's some diplomats outside.
Here. So, like, are we packing?
No,
I don't
Rick.
think so. There has to be like a hi and welcome to our planet. Here's the basic rules, right?
Well, I mean,
Just pack light. Make sure they can't see it.
Okay.
you know,
If I may, if you have any Alician tech on you, you might want to leave it on the ship. Just a thought.
I mean, yeah. I think Kai is basically just bringing like a pocket knife.
Okay.
Because
My weapon is constantly hidden. Sorry.
very good. Well, actually, I'm bringing the hot knife. But
Okay.
yeah. But it's still small, right?
that's also
Yeah.
Martum, not Alician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's why I'm bringing it. Because I'm
Nice.
not bringing the multi-tool. I'm not bringing anything like that. But like, I think it is like unwise to fully go into in a questionable situation without anything, because
Yeah.
I am not Georgia, and I can't just punch my way through problems. I am a weak ass motherfucker. So
You are not the weapon.
no.
Unlike Aerie. Aerie is the weapon.
Yeah.
And my weapon is hidden. So
There's
it's okay.
fucking terrifying.
I am leaving behind any explicitly weapon things, as I always do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm also leaving behind the grenades, which I do sometimes carry.
Yeah.
But those
I
aren't
am-
weapons; they're tools.
I am strapping the warhammer to my belt.
Okay.
Okay, so if Brick's carrying weapon, I feel like I'm
no,
trying
no.
to...
See, it's fine because Brick is our security officer. That is actually his job.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. Is Zen
The
taking
rest
anything?
of us-
I know Satsi can just materialize her weapon out of thin air, so that's very convenient for us. Zen shoots things, as do I.
He can also punch them pretty good too.
Okay, I guess. Okay, so I'm the me and Leaf, I suppose, are the defenseless ones. Yeehaw, let's go.
I'll
Where-
also bring my sidearm in case Kai needs it.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're the diplomats, and they are our entourage.
That's fair. That's fair.
And that is a really good story that we should stick to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Brick,
Agreed.
Brick does put on his little ceremonial sash that covers one of his shoulder pauldrons as we go on. It's a little creased and kind of wrinkly,
Oh my god.
but he puts it on anyway.
Do I?
Okay.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
If they want us dead, we'll be dead.
Your basic clothes are somewhat official. Brick is just in armor.
Oh, fair.
Leaf does change into his actual dress uniform, which not a single one of you has ever seen him wear.
Wait, really?
That's fair.
What is it?
You've seen him in his like normal like ship's uniform,
Dress
maybe. Kai.
uniform?
Yeah, he has like a fancy dress uniform.
Oh,
for
do
special
I get a dress
occasions.
uniform, sir?
I assume we were all issued with one.
Okay.
All of you technically have a dress uniform.
Is it
Yeah.
like a nice little like a button up and a blazer and kind of vibe? Like what's happening here?
Yeah, like the rest of y'all have literally never seen Leaf wearing his uniform.
I love it.
He has only ever been wearing civilian clothes.
All right. Well, that being said, Kim elects to stay on the ship for the time being, and yes.
I give the fucking talking gun to Todd.
That's a good idea.
Brick, why are you handing me to this
Oh,
inferior
no,
being?
you're not my problem right now. Make sure no one sees him.
Okay. You're going in a cleaning bucket, you cursed whatever the hell you are. No, not a cleaning. No, not in there. Who knows what's in there? No. And that continues until you hear the cleaning closet door close.
Wait, you said Todd? Did you mean Thaddeus?
No, Todd.
Oh.
Never mind. Reverse. Where's Todd?
Because ain't no
I
one
was like,
getting
oh,
past.
this is not a good idea.
No one is getting past Todd, and Brick knows that.
Yeah.
You say that, but the last
this
person
device.
you say that, but the last person who successfully got past Todd was a Mirnan.
It was
Mm.
Oh. Oh. Well, it's fine. Cuz Todd
So, you know,
Todd did kill me. So
Todd did take countermeasures for next time. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that works, and hopefully not find out if it works.
I just don't want him to know that we have a possessed gun. That might not look great.
probably not.
Probably not. Essentially, the interaction goes very similar, except Todd is more says something more along the lines of, "You will do what I say. Cease all resistance, verbal or otherwise." And you hear the sound of something getting locked.
Excellent.
It's definitely not going to
But not
break
loading.
cash.
Okay, so do you? Also for the record, you hear from Zen, who went to check in on Cordum because they have become buddies.
Cute.
Cordum is very much not interested in being on this planet. He's gonna just kind of stay in his room.
Fair.
There.
And Zen mentions that it's probably something having to do with potentially outstanding bounties.
Oh.
Nice.
We're definitely diplomats.
So that being said, you all head to the main entry to the ship, and I assume you open the door. Who chooses to introduce themselves first?
I mean, I am
Presumably our
captain.
captain.
Yeah.
I just look at Kai.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, you open the door, and there is. It's very obvious who is who down at the bottom of the gangplank leading up to your ship. There's one very well dressed Mirnan who seems to be in a crisp uniform that seems to be dedicated to their navy, and they're just patiently waiting. They're also flanked by 4 guards, all of them in full armor. Their visors are up, so you can see their faces, but each one of them is fully loaded. They have a sidearm similar to the one Carta used, and they have the same kind of rifle, only theirs have what appears to be some sort of special projector underneath the barrel with a couple of switches on it.
This is the legal rifle?
This is a pulse caster, similar to the single shot thing that Carta uses.
Okay.
These look newer, and they look like they're all of the same issue. They have not been customized.
Interesting.
The only thing different is that device underneath the barrel.
How much of this is high-tech?
All of it.
Oh.
Hello.
All right. So you walk down the ramp, and the officer waiting for you says, greetings. Diplomats from Starship Endurance, I believe.
Yes, that would be us. I put out my hand to shake. I'm assuming that's still a thing that people do.
They look very confused by the gesture.
Sorry, that's just something that our folks do. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Captain Maliana of Starship Dawn's Horizon, part of the fleet of Endurance. It's very nice to meet you. Very nice to be here. Gorgeous planet you have.
I thank you. We appreciate Corada for its many bounties. You are, of course, welcome here as diplomats. You will be called upon by the Duke and Duchess at some point, I am sure, to make introductions official. I wish to first, however, inform you of some of our rules on the planet.
That would be excellent.
You are diplomats, which means you are welcome to have an armed escort should you wish. That armed escort may be of your crew. However, we require that there be only one armed escort for every 3 members of your party. We also would like you to be aware that there are certain prohibited items, such as heavy weapons, powered armor, and explosive devices. We also generally frown upon hidden weaponry.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Vicky has a question.
Yes.
Is heavy weapons a defined thing that we understand?
Heavy weapons are essentially the stuff Brick likes to use.
Okay.
Pretty
The
much,
plasma-
they just listed everything Brick has on his person.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You are,
Concealed
however,
weaponry.
Yeah.
I think the hammer technically is.
Hammer is
acceptable.
one-handed.
he was about to say. That being said, if you have ceremonial close arms, you are welcome to carry them. You will find many of the nobility, myself included, carry at least a ceremonial blade.
Excellent. That's very good to know.
We would also request that you, should any of your companions have psionic capabilities, that they restrain themselves. Public displays of psionic capabilities are certainly common, but hostile use of them is not permitted whatsoever.
But
You may defend yourselves, of course.
yeah,
That is
of
well
course.
within reason.
We're not interested in getting into any fights. Mainly, I'm just asking as a, we do have a few psionics around. The general use of their abilities in non-hostile ways is fine, I'm assuming.
Of course, so long as you are within the bounds of legality.
Are there any?
Do not use them to
There's-
steal, harm, or otherwise disrupt society.
Of course.
Well,
And of course,
please
if you have
taking
any
mental notes.
And of course, if you have any questions, I am Harbormaster Visra. You are welcome to reach out to me at this frequency. And they hand you a small, it's not a piece of paper per se, it seems to change form when you tap the corner of it.
Oh.
And he hands that to you. And there seems to be a frequency that the moment you take it, translates itself automatically from whatever it was in Mirnan right into English.
Okay.
Now, that being said, if you require some time to adjust your current equipment to what is within our regulations, you are welcome to do so.
Yeah. Well,
We will, of course, provide a ground crew and perpetual guard for your ship, as it is a diplomatic vessel.
Excellent. Yeah, we will. Just so your folks know, we will have some people that will be staying aboard ship for most of the time that we're docked here. They're just more comfortable there. So, knock first.
Of course. I was also informed by Captain Rolick of the HOS Kephiria that you may require a slight upgrade to your navigation system. We do have the parts and have techs willing to provide installation assistance. It is not free, unfortunately, but we do have that capability. It will allow you to traverse the system with the sole limit of traveling merely the speed of light, but you can traverse the system fast.
Did you have a question, Brick?
I'll think about that. Yeah, Brick.
Are,
Brick, do you have something to say?
are concealed weapons allowed if I declare them? Maybe.
Huh?
We generally require that your weapons be visible, even as members of a diplomatic mission. Please do not bring concealed weapons.
Well,
We
so
are
here's-
very good at detecting them.
It's just a little bit of a technicality. It's kind of built into like my suit.
Wait, is
But
it
you-
built into your power armor or into your suit?
No, it's a part of my real armor.
Oh,
I'm assuming
My
Brick is
gauntlet.
referring to the gauntlet.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it.
Then I would consider it to not be concealed. You may carry that with you.
Okay.
great.
I would assume you are also the dedicated security person for your crew.
Yep.
We have two, and I point to Ari as well.
Hi.
But that one will leave
I
their
suppose
weapons.
I look at Sen. I
behind.
suppose technically three, but he doesn't have to carry anything.
Only one will be armed,
Yep.
Well, there's like 6 of us, so I think we get 2 people, right?
right? Are there 6 of us?
There's the 4 of us, Satsi
I
and
can't
Zen.
count.
Yeah,
This is just me.
there's 6. So Ari and
Wow.
Brick.
Okay.
One.
Yeah, I just can't count.
Ari
It's
and
1 per 3.
yeah, so Ari and Brick can be armed. Zen, I'll have him leave stuff on the
Grant,
ship.
is it 1 out of every 3 people can be armed, or 1 armed person per 3 non-armed?
1 out of every 3.
So
Oh, okay.
so you
I
built it this
misunderstood.
way so Brick and Ari can carry something.
Or Kai can bring her own gun.
Kai has a Mastercraft rapier that looks like a trophy sword.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So I'm gonna switch out the hot knife for that, and I can carry that and look like I am a captain. So
Yeah.
we're good.
All right.
Or a princess.
Leaf does not go back on the ship, but he does. I do take my my assorted pencil-looking implements and just tuck them into my front pocket where they're clearly visible, just as a precaution.
Sure.
They're not weapons, but I don't want them to be concealed.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
One of
All
them's
right.
a fork.
Is this? I love it. Is this about? Was there anything else that the diplomat wanted to talk to us about?
They were simply going to finish up by saying, as I said, the Duke and Duchess will reach out to you at some point. You are welcome to move about the city. They will find you when they do. They are busy people after all.
Small question. Always like
Of course.
to clarify these things when we're in a new system and such. You said Duke and Duchess. How does your political system work here?
Technically, the Dukes and Duchesses of the systems are the heads of state of the worlds that they inhabit. All Mirnans report directly to the King and Queen and the royal family themselves in Mirnal Prime, that is our home system. Beyond that, every world is democratic. We have an elected assembly that governs how the system is run. We merely have heads of state who are hereditary.
Kai's having trouble parsing how that's possible. Oh.
It's basically Parliament.
No, I know. Vicky knows. Kai, I think, has never experienced this. Astro Procrastination just followed us. That's a great name. Welcome to the arcade,
It's a
Astro
solid
Procrastination. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us for some D&D. Yeah, Kai's having a hard time. Vicky knows that Parliament can exist with the Queen and whatever, but like...
I mean,
It's
from a
just not it.
dictatorship, it's different.
Kai's like a king that doesn't have absolute... Interesting. She doesn't say that.
And of course, if you must know, all of the dukes and duchesses form their own assembly that then serves under the king and queen.
Oh.
Okay. Is there anything else that we need to be informed of?
Is there somewhere we could get a map?
Oh yes, a map
Of
would be
course.
excellent.
They reach inside an inside pocket of their uniform jacket and produce another item of a similar material to the note that they handed you.
I'm sorry, I opened a Finder window over top of us again. I do that a lot. I misclick.
It's okay.
Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. So they hand that to you, and it actually turns out to be on a similar fabric-y, plasticky, paper-like material, but it is a fully interactive map. You can zoom out, you can zoom in, and it allows you to swipe around and look at different parts of the city. And he rolls it up and hands it to you.
Fun.
You are, of course, welcome to explore our city. Corrada is open to you. We do accept standard Freeport credits. We have our own currency. You're welcome to exchange however you like. But we do accept whatever you do have. I would also recommend, if your people are interested, the beaches in this area are superb.
Did you sneeze so hard you broke your headphones?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
They were already broken. They just fell off my face.
Okay.
That sounds lovely. Thank you so much. Sorry. We're good. We're okay.
Is there anything else we should know? We've
Not that I
says
can-
holding a very much pen and paper notebook.
At the moment, not that I'm aware of. If you require assistance, you may reach out to me. We do have a local marshal's office, should you wish to reach out to them. The Interstellar Marshals Alliance is a neutral party, but we do allow them to cooperate with our local law enforcement.
Excellent. Well, it was lovely
Thank you
meeting
very
you
much.
folks, and we will surely be in touch if we need anything. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. It's very nice.
May your day be bright. And they turn around and leave, escorted by their guards.
I turn around and I look at Brick and I go, "All right, we're gonna have to switch out some of these stuff, but."
Back on the ship. Back on the ship.
And then I like kind of like skip up and I'm like, I'm getting my rapier though.
Okay. Kai, you go back to your room. BB is actually curled up on your bed. The moment you walk in, they just look up, twist their tail, and seem to give you a furry grin.
Yeah. I give them the little scritch behind their ear that they like.
You really like it. What does Brick switch his standard gear out for?
No power armor. He's keeping both of his gauntlets on. And I guess he's taking off his grenades because they said no explosives. What else is he?
And here's a question: is Aerie bringing anything?
Eric can bring stuff.
I have a question actually about that.
Mhm.
Hi. Oh, actually, no. This is a question. This is a question. That I feel like.
No, you don't.
Yeah. No. So, would we rather have Aerie armed, or would we rather have Zen armed?
He is also a security officer.
Because Zen is also a security officer, and Aerie can manifest a Psyblade if we need it.
I suppose that's
Yeah.
fair.
It's technically 3. Yeah, we get 3. I'm a bonus.
Yeah.
And Soutsy. That's 4.
Yeah.
No, all of us could defend ourselves at need,
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Is
that's
there
probably-
something you'd like me to carry for you, Kai?
I mean, I'm kind of okay, and I whip the rapier out. I'm kind of okay with this. It's really fun.
Okay.
Now, should I get close enough to somebody to use it? No, I know that. But I don't know if I don't know. I'm trying to balance looks, and I'm trying to be like a good diplomat, and I'm trying to balance looks and like firepower, because yeah, if we get in a fight, I would love to not die again, but if
I would also say, as soon as we leave the ship, and possibly while we're on it, we should all assume that somebody can hear every single thing we say. These people are exceptionally good at surveillance.
well, yeah, I'm not saying anything. I mean, I don't want to get in a fight with anybody, but if somebody feels like shooting at us, again, love to not die.
I appreciate that.
So, but like,
Not dying is a habit I would like to maintain.
yeah. I
Sassy
say,
looks a little sad and takes the little war fans out of her bag and puts them in her room.
Those are,
Sassy?
wear them on your belt. They are very clearly ceremonial.
Mm-hmm.
War
Are they
fans?
not? They're beautiful.
She looks at them and then grins and hangs them off her belt.
That
Right.
is very clearly a lady's weapon.
I have a question.
As
for you.
opposed to, yeah. As in lords and ladies.
Mm.
Yes.
So
Brick?
I'm looking in my inventory again. I took the gun from that dude with the really cool duster.
Mm-hmm.
All I have written down is that it's a +2 mastercraft. What is it?
It was a +2 Mastercraft particle pistol.
Particle
yeah.
pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bring that.
I'm not signed out. Sorry. It thinks that I'm signed out of my character sheet. I need to see
No.
Kypris,
How dare they.
please.
So
How dare they?
I will bring that and my hammer and my gauntlets. And that is
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I do leave behind my air rifle, because... Yeah.
Okay. Is Ari bringing anything along, or is Ari just going as the weapon himself?
I am the weapon.
It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then Zen can bring stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
Yep. Zen peruses for a moment, then he equips himself. He essentially gets it looks like he's got a machine pistol. That's been modified. It looks you also see him just hide a combat knife in his boot, and also he has a plasma pistol as well.
Do we
Just in
see
case.
him hide the combat knife?
You guys do. Yes.
You know they're gonna see that.
Well,
They
he's one of the
Yeah, but they still said no concealed weapons.
Yeah.
Just make sure the hilt is visible, please.
It's
I don't want
not-
to have to deal with this.
Grant, I just want to say that it's not fair if you make the NPCs do things that are against the rules.
Yeah.
That
hilt
doesn't
is
seem
visible.
like our problem. Although
hilt
I
is
am the
visible.
captain, I suppose I can tell him not to.
The hilt is visible.
Okay.
Okay. And he's got an extra plasma pistol. Excellent. I'll just grab that if
And
necessary.
not that one, right?
Huh?
Said I not
No.
that one?
Oh.
No.
Bricks?
Presumably he would have a very hard time getting past Todd to get it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Well, you
What-
are all ready.
Wait, I'm sorry, what did Kyle say that was going Bridgerton in Jersey? I'm confused.
I think when he said Lord and like the Lord
Oh,
and Lady.
yes. Okay. I love it.
All right. With all that being said, I guess you.
I have a question for you, Grant, because I feel
Yes.
like Leaf would kind of know the answer to this. Would a laser scalpel be considered a weapon or just like a tool in most civilized planets?
You're bringing a laser scalp? That's a crazy
Is
thing
that a
to just walk
utensil?
around with.
Let me further on this question. If someone was running at you with a regular scalpel, would you consider it a surgical implement or a weapon in that instance?
Yeah, but
would
if somebody
absolutely
was running at me with a rock, would I consider that landscaping?
I mean, it could be a weapon.
You could
This
carry
line
it
is
al-
very big and finicky.
You could carry it along and see what happens.
No, I'm just going to tuck it. No, I'm literally just going to. Brick has magnetic mounting points, right?
Yeah, he does.
I'm gonna just slap it against the magnetic mounting point on Brick's armor. It's just this dinky little thing.
Okay.
Where he typically holds his freaking assault rifle.
Yeah.
Little thing.
I love it.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
let's get
You
out
step
on
off
the
the
town.
ship. And I'm going to say most of the party kind of stayed, like, I don't know if what the actual look was when you guys were meeting with the officer, but I'm assuming pretty much everyone except maybe Kai and Leaf were up on the ramp so that you weren't, like, too terribly intimidating. So all of you step onto the landing pad. Brick,
Yep.
the moment your feet step off the ship onto the landing pad, you feel that brand that you got during the Trial of Light tingle. And you're not sure how, but you know you're very close to something that you were told to investigate.
What was I supposed to do?
It's not on this planet, but you know it's somewhere nearby.
Find the temple and activate the waypoint.
Oh.
What?
What?
Rick?
Are you okay?
Well, yep, totally fine.
Brick.
Yep.
Rick.
Brick.
We
Rick. Hey, we all did it.
Brick, you know that I know that you're very good at reading other people, but you know that we've been around you for enough time that we can read you quite well too, right?
Including surface level emotions.
What? Yep, forgot about
Which you
that
do
one.
not, in fact, get to roll against.
Yeah.
Well, Brick doesn't know that.
Yeah,
Was Leaf
but I
saying
can just
that?
read. I know I can just read his surface level emotions.
I
That is
know.
a power I just always have.
I hate it.
I did not consult the rest of the party before I took this power.
No, you didn't. I'm mad about it.
We just may or may not be very close to the thing that I need to do. Maybe.
Oh.
How is Brick feeling?
God, how is Brick feeling? He is loosely worried.
This doesn't technically let me know if like whether or not you're lying. It just tells me your emotional state. So like if you were a psychopath, then this would not be a useful power. Which I shouldn't have said out loud because now Grant's going to use that. But
Yes.
Okay, so with that lovely information in mind, where do you choose to go? Is it a beach day?
It's not a beach day. We have business. We have work to do. Okay, so apparently the Duke and Duchess will find us, which is not concerning at all.
we're very alien tech. I'm sure it'll be easy.
Yeah, I figured we were gonna be watched the second we step foot on here.
I know, but I don't love that.
Yeah.
What do we want to do? I look at Ari. I mean,
Would you like?
you did the most research as far as where we should be, you know. I suppose. Oh, yes, Brick?
This may or may not be a good place to discuss this, but because I definitely know, but for the members of the audience, they might forget.
Who?
What? Oh, you know.
What are you talking
What?
about?
What are we? What are we doing here?
That's a great question, honestly. There's the entity that's controlling me. Her name is Vicky. She's also a little confused about. I mean, like, if she knows, but she doesn't.
So we have a name.
Where are we here?
So okay, huddle. So we've got a planet.
I'm here.
We've arrived in spectacular fashion. Also, we're diplomats now, which means that we need to actually be diplomats. I know we can't just pretend like last time. Actually, diplomats. We really are.
I'm being a diplomat. Okay, listen. I was a diplomat. I was a diplomat once. I can be a diplomat again. Okay. I was raised for this shit, unfortunately.
I mean, it's also the mission we were technically sent on, so you know. We have a name. Aridin? Aridin? I don't remember how to pronounce it. Checks physical notes.
It's Aroden.
Arodin. So we have a name.
Hey.
And a sense of impending doom if we don't find this person before someone figures out how to use them for leverage. Maybe we think that that's an important person.
And that was Carda's person. Carda gave us the name.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
she did. Okay.
Got it.
Through secret means.
Yep.
Great.
That.
I need to clarify.
Definitely remember it.
Vicky needs to clarify one more thing. Is this the planet that Satsi has to do her thing on, or is that somewhere else? No, that's
That is somewhere
else.
way the hell across the universe.
Gotcha. So Satsi's kind of on hold a little bit as far as her stuff going on.
To an extent.
Okay.
We're trying to We're trying to arrange to-
I was just gonna say the trial of the abyss is about the journey to get to the end point. The end point is just a technicality.
Okay.
Or at least that's how it's been
about the
explained.
journey, not the destination. Blah
And-
blah blah. Yeah, we don't.
What did I maybe sell my soul for again? What were the details of that?
You should write that down in the future.
I thought I would remember it, and apparently it's just been too long.
So yeah, I mean, our last episode of this group before last week was like March, so I don't blame
I
you.
remember I needed to activate something. I thought that that was related to the Trial of Darkness. Am I mistaken?
No.
Okay.
You need to activate something. It is not related to the trial of light or darkness. It is a temple to Lilith.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, you are activating a temple to Lilith and giving this entity a foothold in this universe.
And
none of the rest of us fucking know that.
right, that's right, that's right, that's right.
You don't know?
And that's here.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, not even me. Did you tell me at any point?
No, none of us know what.
Oh no.
That's good.
All we know is he has a secret he's being cagey about, and none of us can actually read his mind.
It's so funny too, because like we kind of all are a little cagey with secrets, so we're probably all so used to it and like, you know, Brick's got his thing. That's fine. Oh no.
To be fair, even if you could read Brick's mind, I don't think Brick fully comprehends.
Brick doesn't
What
comprehend
he
what he's
signed up
agreed
for.
to.
Yeah, no, for sure not.
And none of the rest of us know enough details to understand what Brick signed
He's
us
just
all up
like-
for.
Oh, I just need to like unplug the router and plug it back in again. Like, you know,
It's easy.
whatever.
Fuck. Okay.
Great. Anyway.
Thanks for that recap.
Yeah. So back to game time. I mean, do we want to?
My plan was to find a library
It's not a bad idea.
and see if they have a directory.
Let's-
Is there something you want to do, Eric? Maybe, I don't know, look into a particular household name?
Well, yeah, that's it. We can do that at the library. I think.
A particular what?
I would also, if I may, that officer mentioned that they work regularly with the marshals. Maybe go check and see what access they have. They might have some interesting records for us to look through.
That's an option as well.
I do bring with me my marshal's credential. The bounty hunter credential thing. What is it? What actually was it? I have it noted down somewhere.
You are all deputized marshals technically.
Shall we,
My thought is, I don't know that I want to be carrying that as a diplomat. I would like one of our guards to be carrying that, though.
I carry things.
Yeah. Carry this.
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. We should also go to Wawa for snacks, as Lynn Jersey mentioned.
Oh, there's a
I
Wawa?
agree.
Do you guys know what Wawa? I'm sorry, really quick.
Not a clue.
Oh,
No idea.
Is that an East Coast thing?
Yes, it is. It's something I will show you when you come to New Jersey one day. There's now one 2 minutes from my house. It's extremely dangerous. Anyway, they used to only be in South Jersey. We're gonna have this conversation later. But what's it called? How do we feel about we could say no to this, but I feel like, you know, we're in a, I look around, relatively, I think, safe place. But like, split in half, 3 of us go to the library, 3 of us go to the marshals, meet up afterwards, review.
A diplomat with each group.
Yeah.
Because I love the rest
And
of you
a
all
guard with each group.
far more dearly than I ever would have expected. But, oh my god, you do not have the makings of a diplomat. Yes, I am looking at you, Brick, and you, Ari.
Yeah.
Aries just like, yeah.
Listen,
go for it.
it's
I'm
fine.
so good with the words.
I've only recently tapped back into that, so I don't blame y'all. It's not very fun. I mean, it could be, I suppose.
There's a reason we're
We just hit stuff because we don't have to talk when
You're
we do
good
that.
at it.
there's a reason we're
Please
security
don't.
officers.
So, Leaf, rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to go to the marshals? Who wants to go to the library?
You can pick.
I don't really care.
I should go to the library,
I'll go to the
because
marshals.
computers.
Fair enough. Brick and Airy, you want to go with Leaf? I'll take Satsi and Zen.
Sure.
Great.
That works.
Yeah.
After all, Brick is carrying my utensil.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Zen is carrying mine. But I have this too. I'm just gonna keep taking out the.
I need a ceremonial weapon now.
You do.
Yep.
We'll work on that.
I had one back home.
Didn't Gorm say he had a cousin here somewhere?
Art.
We should see if there's a Gorms too.
Brick, we can do that later.
What's his
Not.
name? Borm?
No idea.
Wait,
Gorm.
Gorm said he had a cousin?
Huh?
Bro.
Corn. It's like corn, but wrong. Corn.
Yeah, I guess I'll take Brick and Airy and go to the...
All right.
To the library.
So the party splits, and you find that you actually find that there are, outside of this starport, there are actually parking lots full of what appear to be automated taxis. And
No.
The fucking. What are they called in Phoenix?
The Waymo.
It's just a bunch of Waymos.
only these don't roll around. They actually, the moment you climb into them and tell them where you want to go, seal the hatches, and noiselessly lift off and start to fly in the direction you want them to go.
Okay.
Do we know if these are free taxis?
They do not ask you for anything when you climb in.
I
And,
love the idea that we're on an alien planet and there's vehicles lying around and we just hop into one.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair.
I was looking for D&D notes and I found a breadstick recipe.
Incredible. Please share it with the class.
You can take a Waymo to a Wawa.
Can you? I thought Waymos were only like.
Yeah, but it's for
Waymos,
the,
Wawas.
Do we need to explain Waymos to Lynn Jersey?
they're self-driving cars.
Yeah.
They're awful.
They're horrifying.
Yeah,
But
they're-
if you put a traffic cone on top of them, then they stop.
Forever.
Which is why police officers now carry
extra
traffic cones.
Hey! Guess who else has a traffic
because-
cone in her car? It's me and Kyle's child, so I would not give her up. But
If there's an emergency and you need to stop a Waymo from running over like a fire truck's like, energized water line, like, sacrifices must be made.
yeah. All right.
Anyway, so I guess we should decide which scene do we do first? Who do you want? Who wants to go where and be there first? Okay, so
I will just mention that the ride over, Kai gets into the car and is like, I fucking hate this. And it's just like trying to find a way to drive it. Like, there has to be a way that I can this is insane. I have to sit there with my hands. Okay, fine.
all right. Well, that being said, Leaf, Airy, and Brick arrive at essentially a skyscraper that is entirely a library. The vehicle actually gives you an option of what floor you want to go to. There is a floor entirely filled with classical literature, one filled entirely with performing arts and scripts. The list goes on. There is also a public records section.
That's where we'd like to go.
All right. It takes you halfway up this at least 100-story building, and a port opens. It floats in, lands, and you're able to get out. And the moment you walk through, you find reading areas that are nice and quiet, and have some sort of central computer system built into them. There are also periodic sections throughout that seem to have actual physical records. And you also notice a central shaft that seems to be delivering...
Like the one that powers all of Druselstein?
I don't know about that, but it seems to be delivering actual data capsules to people who request them. What do you do?
I guess I try to find a computer.
All right, Leaf finds a computer. What are Airy and Brick gonna do?
Depends on what Leaf is gonna look up, but I want to start looking at maybe records about Carta if there are any.
So I'm
or-
going to actually hold on. Let me roll for that because I don't know if Leaf would actually think of that in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would pull Airy aside and just be like, okay, I know you desperately want to look up information on you know who. Don't put that name into any computers.
Okay.
You can search through the physical records.
Got it. I'll do that.
On the theory that we really do not actually want everyone on this planet to know that there are diplomats from that there are diplomats from a different species looking into one of their people who we do not know on what terms she left.
True.
Very true. Now, remind me, because I'm not 100% sure Carta ever gave you her full name.
No.
I don't think she did, although I can go back and look through my notes.
Okay. Well, Airy goes and I'm assuming makes a request for records beginning with the first couple characters of her name.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Brick doing?
I'm gonna see if, there's any mention of Lilith. Maybe.
Okay, so you do walk over to the computer and just type in the
That
name
one seems
Lilith.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that seems fair.
Mhm.
Lilith is actually is actually a character in our mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I guess all of you get to make a research check.
Oh fuck. Not good.
Oh, geez, sorry.
And this is a check you may take 10 on. Just understand, if you take 10, it'll take about an hour.
What does that mean?
It means you automatically roll a 10, essentially.
Oh.
If you take 20, it'll take the rest of the day.
Can you see?
We're gambling.
What are we doing?
Research. I had it on.
I mean, I counted 11, so.
Okay.
You better take that 10, bud.
What did Brick get? Oh,
Oh, is it a negative? Is there 3?
oh, okay. What did Leaf get?
25.
25? Okay.
That's why he's on the computer. We're just looking at the
Um,
books.
And remind me, what specifically was Leaf looking for?
I'm looking for information about Carta without like specifically mentioning. I'm looking for information about Carta and the other name that I've already forgotten.
Okay.
Arodin?
Yeah, that one.
Alright then. Okay. So, Brick, unfortunately, you don't find much of anything concerning a Lilith in really anything in the Mirnan system.
Canonically, Brick didn't spell it right.
Okay.
How did
I
you
mean-
spell it?
I don't
I
know.
feel like it'd be like Lylyt.
L-Y.
H.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
I mean,
He does a capital I instead of an L.
Yeah.
okay. So that's where Brick gets. He could always tap the brand at his arm, see if anyone answers.
Nope.
Meanwhile, Ari,
Mhm.
you find every record beginning with the characters that start Carta's name.
Mm-hmm.
There are 12.6 million of them.
He's just like, oh no. Maybe I would look at Leaf and be like, Leaf, should I look up the other one instead? There's a
What?
lot.
12.6 million. Fine. Hold on. No, hold on. What format is all of this data in?
HTML.
Sorry.
The initial search is in a digital format.
Oh, okay.
And it's just giving basically names. It is giving you years of birth.
Okay. I jack a cable into the back of my head and hand the other side to Ari and be like, here.
Oh.
I'll
Wait, I gotta do Shark. What happened?
I have an extremely important question. Are you saying that there's 12 million people named Kar something in this database? Or that there's... She said birth records. This is all birth records?
Mm-hmm.
Million?
Card is an
Oh,
extremely common name.
I
It's
guess
like,
million. Well, no, okay. I guess million. Sometimes I forget that
Ari,
there's
I
like
mean-
8 billion people on Earth. Okay, never
There
mind.
may be more data in these records. Ari just didn't roll high enough to see exactly what it was. I have
narrow
given
it-
you what I can give you.
narrow it down narrow it down to like hold on, how old was Carta? Because I actually do know the answer to that and I just don't know where I have it recorded.
I have a note of it here.
How old are we?
Because I very
I'm 24.
specifically know the answer to that because I
You're 24?
used
Arius.
read
Yeah.
object on a
Baby.
thing
He's a
that Carta
baby.
used to own.
These,
28.
according to the Mirnan yearly cycle, she is also 24.
Dude,
Um,
wow.
What is that in Earth years?
in Earth years, it's closer to like 25. The Mirnan year is just ever so slightly. The Mirnan year is ever so slightly longer than an Earth year.
Did you say that in the break?
Cougar.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's a cradle robber.
I have an important question now again. So many important
Mhm.
questions. Is the new Corinth year longer or shorter than Earth year?
The new Corinth year would not have been what everyone's age was measured against.
Oh, so I'm actually 28.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Just wanted to know.
Check it against. Check for things in the last 30 cycles.
Okay. Yeah.
Harry, you may re-roll your research check with advantage this time.
Oh, thank you, benevolent DM.
Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
now,
A dirty 20.
you narrow down the list to about 250 individuals.
Oh shit. I just go over to Leaf and I just sigh.
Hmm.
It's the beginning. Now, Leaf, you also have this additional information now. How specifically were you trying to tackle this problem? Because you're trying. It sounds like you're trying to avoid the name. So, what pieces of data are you using?
So, I'm trying to find things that will include Carta in them. I'm trying to find a couple of things. I'm trying to find people being either banished or otherwise kind of like news anything about people breaking ties or leaving,
Like excommunicated vibes.
excommunicated, any kind of because and I'm also looking into the royal family, and or whatever the passes for that. I'm kind of looking at groups that I think Carta may at some point have been part of, and just pulling the entire list of names to try and see, and then just offloading that to my coprocessor to just sift through the raw data for pattern matches, for just like basically, do I see either of those names come up, and if so, where?
Okay.
I'm using the fact that I have a computer grafted onto my brain and that computers are good at processing text.
Okay. Well,
I'm basically doing a partial search and then doing the fine tuning the search in my brain where they can't see it.
Okay. Well, you find out a decent amount. You learn a little bit about the current Duke and Duchess. The Duke is Duke Surla Vesha Altorum. And the Duchess is Duchess Kirsa Ilsina
Hold on, Duke Surla what?
Duke Surlin Vesha Altorum. I will give you spellings for these over Discord if you need.
Please do. I'm not going to ask you to keep repeating that.
Yes. And then you've got the current Duchess, who is Duchess Kirsa Ilsina Lokrindol Vesha Altorim. And I will send those to you at... I'll just send them to the group. Ah, there's one. Ba-doop.
Wow, I spelled that wrong.
They also have a son whose name is currently not listed. There are also references to extended family.
Gotta ask how old the son is.
And I will say with a 25, the references to the extended family, they line up for the Duke. There's a gap with the Duchess.
How old is the son?
Yeah.
That specific information is not available. However, the first news that you can find, the first news stories about this young Duke, between... the earliest you can see is 7 cycles ago.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So either came of age 7 years ago or was born 7 years ago. Or just did something real stupid 7 years ago.
You also know
Okay.
essentially the lineages of these people with all that
So
information.
when is the gap in the Duchess's family lineage?
That's a little harder to determine. All you know is that there is a conspicuous gap where there just seems to be something missing.
Ah. How old is the Duchess?
The Duchess is about 30 cycles old.
Wait, the Duchess is 30 and she has a son? That's minimum like
We
7
have
or 8.
absolutely no idea though what their biology is.
23.
Okay. Listen. Sometimes I remember that I'm 27 and that there are many people younger than me who have children, and sometimes I forget. But that sounded insane to me. People do have children at like 22 or 23, huh? Never mind. You can ignore me. Bye.
Not us.
We have our son, our dog son.
Forrest.
Furry son. Let's see. Now, aside from that, what else? Yeah, aside from that, with the parameters.
I mean, I did also look for, has anyone been exiled or otherwise excommunicated from their species? Like anybody?
I mean,
I looked it up. Like,
there are records of that. None of them match the name you're looking for.
about how many records of that like that are there?
Over the last 10 cycles, maybe 30, 40 at most.
Okay, I was just curious. Hmm.
Should I like dog ear this page and then like look for the other name for you, Leaf? Like, is that helping? Aries just really trying to help.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to. I don't think we're going to find your possibly girlfriend.
He just kind of does a couple shades darker, and he's like, "That's not." Yeah.
Yes,
And
it
turns away and
is.
starts looking at the book.
Where does and while you're doing that, I'm going to look into some botany.
Amazing.
Okay. I'm going to say so far about an hour has passed at the library. So we're going to temporarily switch. Hi. You, Satsi, and Zen arrive at the local marshal's headquarters. It's a relatively small building, kind of on the outskirts of the city. But it has a much larger version of the marshal's badge over the front of it. And the moment you walk in, hang on.
Actually, before we go in, maybe when we're in the car, I'm just like, so how, Forrest, the baby,
You heard me.
hi Forrest. Sorry, we should not be playing with the dog on stream. I mean, the people who have the dog should play with the dog on stream. I should do my job. But when we're in the car, I'm going to just ask Zen and Satsi, like, how like cagey should we be about using Carta's name, you guys think? Because I would like to ask some questions about her, but I don't know if we have to do it very sneakily, or if we can level with the marshals and be like, listen, we're kind of interested in a person.
Satsi scribbles out a note that says, they helped us. And they're supposedly a neutral party. I think we can level with them. And Zen just nods and says, I would tend to agree. marshals seem like good people, or at least the ones we've met so far.
Cool. Okay. Also, Anakim Luke, those emotes are fucking phenomenal.
Those
I'm
are adorable.
obsessed.
They
They're
are.
so cute. Oh my god. All right, so we walk into the marshal's office.
All right. You walk into the marshal's office. There is no one at the front desk. It's a fairly small place. There is an office in back and what looks like a lockup and a couple of cells. The moment you walk in, however, you hear a jingle play through the room, and a being with kind of orange, no, kind of bright yellow scaly skin, kind of peeks out around the corner and says, can I help you?
Hi. We're here visiting and are friends of some of the marshals on in a different system. And we were hoping to chat with somebody here.
You would happen to be Captain Maliana, would you?
Yeah, that's me.
The marshal, as you now recognize them, they have kind of the same uniform on. Steps out of their office and walks to the desk and says, Demora told me that you guys were on your way. Marshal Kalem, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So, she mentioned that you might be looking for the magistrate. Yes, he passed through the system. No, I wasn't able to get to him. Apparently, rumors are he had business with the collector. So,
That
wanna
name
keep
keeps
tracking
getting
him
tossed
down.
around. Who's that? What's that about?
The collector's not good news, I can tell you that much.
What kind of
Collector
collection?
of all. A wide variety
We talking
is
like
what the
we talking like illegal items or like people's skin? Like what kind of collector are we talking? You know?
I don't believe scalping is exactly something that the collector does.
You know what I mean. Like, is he just a murderer? It seems like he's like mob boss vibes.
A lot of the organized crime in the system does go through the collector.
Okay. Yeah.
I've also been told to keep an eye out for other members of your species going through here. And I've heard a rumor of a few new specimens showing up on Skurd, where we're pretty sure the collector is based. One of them matched your people's description fairly well, from a physical standpoint at least.
Do you know what ship they were traveling with?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
The moment you start getting information from Skurd, things go real bad real quick.
Fair
if
enough.
you're open about it, there are other ways around it. I just don't have time.
Okay.
But I suspect that that's not exactly what you were here for, because you didn't mention the magistrate until I started talking.
There's so many things on our to-do list. Magistrate is one, but that's kind of a little bit lower down as far as priorities go. We were traveling with, it's Mirnan, right? Not Mardum.
Correct.
They're very close, so it's hard for my brain. Mirnan. We were traveling with Mirnan for a little while. Happened to meet her on the last planet we were on, and she helped us out a lot. And something happened, and now she's decided to not travel with our party. Not exactly by her own volition. But we know that she's from here, and we know that she, well, I don't know what she got up to here, but I would love to find out. And I have a funny feeling that you guys might have some information on her.
You said that... Where did you meet them again? You met them...
It's Synopsis 4, right?
Yes, you met them... You met Carta on Anopsis 4 in a martial
I'm
jail
getting there. I'm getting
Yes.
there, Grant.
Okay,
Yeah,
there, Grant.
we met her. Yeah, we met her in Anopsis 4. And we did pay her bail. So I'm assuming she's in your records.
Name.
Carta. Last name unknown. Although I don't know if this is a fake name that she's been giving either.
Marshall Caitlin walks up to the computer and types in a few things. Let's see, turn this into Mirnan's script. There we go. Carta. There is a record. Full name. Let's see.
Yeah, we all.
Give that shit to me.
I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to send it to you directly, or I'm just going to throw it into the chat. Full name I have here is Carta Elruda Kana Lokrendol. No previous record that I can see, although she said her profession was bounty hunter. Which surprises me. And the marshal just starts reading through everything that they have, and just seems puzzled.
Why the confusion?
Bounty hunters usually walk a rather thin line between the legal and the not.
Well, yeah.
Normally there's at least some record of them, but I'm not seeing anything.
Well, you just said you have a record there. I mean,
I have a record here for the arrest and the posting of bail. The main record name is actually under your party's name, Dawn's Horizon. It's just noted in here, which is why I was able to find it.
her records were deleted then. Is what you're saying.
Potentially? I mean, it's not unheard of. You have the right access. You can do all sorts of terrible things, but I normally would believe that the Marshall database is rather secure, or at least I would have thought it was.
She's got some very powerful and not exactly law-abiding allies. Again, allies that I don't think she wants to keep, but I'm not quite certain.
Well, let me cross-reference the Mirnan database, see if they allow me any additional access. And the Marshal starts doing that. Kai, do you share this information with anyone aside from Sen and Satsi? Or are there to just hear it anyway?
I mean, I'll tell them about it later, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not, like, broadcasting. I think they're busy, and B, Leaf has warned us so much about surveillance here that I don't want anybody popping onto our frequency. So this is a private conversation. Comms are all off. I asked Sen and Satsi to turn theirs off too. This is a classic.
Monograms on their towels must be insanely long.
I saw that. It's good. It's funny. Also, this is Vicky asking. Actually, you know what? Vicky's gonna ask the Marshal as they do this. Also, the name, and it's a hell of a name. That doesn't ring any bells to you past being a person that's been arrested, yes?
They rolled very high for that. The Marshal pauses their search and thinks for a moment. You know, Lokrendal, that's a family name.
Okay.
I believe there's a Lokrendal married to the Duke. I believe the Duchess is one of them.
Interesting.
That's circumstantial at best.
Yeah, it is. Kai is remembering the way that Carter reacted when, I think it was Brick or Leaf made a joke about me being a princess. And Carter had a very strange reaction to that. And I'm like, yeah, circumstantial at best, for sure. Good things to know, though. Was he was he was looking something up for me, wasn't he?
They were, and they returned to it.
Oh, is it they them? Sorry.
No one specifically asked yet what this being's pronouns are.
What are your pronouns? Just assume that I don't want to misgender anyone, Grant.
You there.
Come on!
What beeth thy noun?
She, her, you can go for it.
She, her.
They, technically. But
her, they.
yes.
Great. Thank you.
But yes. She continues to search and says, well, there are some scattered housing records, about 2 or 3 dozen of them, that have a similar given name and have at least a partial match on the rest. Also, the way Mirnans run things, sometimes they do use initials, so some of them are initial matches. So I can transmit this to you if you would like.
I mean, yeah, I'll take anything that you have, but
Okay.
Yeah.
They try to transmit it directly to you and then curse because something fritzes out and say, "One moment, hard copy." And you hear them go into the back room, and you swear to us it would sound like a dot matrix printer just suddenly starts up in the back room.
I turn around to
if-
Zen and Satsi, and I just go, I'm gonna be a good diplomat. But my Jesus fucking Christ, if one more person tells us how shit our technology is, I'm gonna explode. Oh my god, the navigation shit, I'm so mad. Oh my god. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. And I turn back around.
The marshal walks back out and says, "Sorry, budget cuts. Here you go," and hands you a fairly long sheet of paper-like material with the information on it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So these are like
Of course.
addresses that Carta might have lived at, you're saying?
These are the potential address matches
Great.
that match part of the name.
How many are there?
34 of them.
Holy shit! I look at it and I go, my dude, this is kind of a lot. I say, dude, you know, non-gendered, but that's a lot.
You recognize that the population of Corrada City is approximately 30 to 40 million, depending on the travel season.
Yeah, but okay, so wait, so that's fair. This is all just people named Carta who own these properties. But none of them match the rest of her name.
So, some of them are Carta, some of them are initial matches for at least part of the name.
But none are perfect
We are
matches.
actually kind of, well, family names, beginning with the character starting Lokrendal, is actually rather rare in the Mirnan alphabet. So we're lucky it's not more.
Grant, Vicky is confused. Who are, okay, there's initials, but do they match her full name initials? I'm confused. If we're taking my name, Victoria, you guys don't need to know my middle name, M. Pereira. Is it like, if we're looking for me, does it say like these are VPs, or does it say these are Victoria Pereiras, or do they say these are Victoria Acevedos? Like, you know what I mean?
There's a combination of all of those.
Okay, so then what? So none of these are her, though. I mean,
She could be using an alias. These are the closest matches I could find.
if she was using an alias, she wouldn't be using
I
the
will
first name.
I will give you this. The family names all start with the same one. And that's typically the thing that Mirnan try to keep similar, or at least identical. If not identical, at least similar.
Okay. Also, Game Doctor 04 just popped in here. I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing?
What's up?
Thanks for popping in. Xander's here. Okay. I guess we will start on the list.
All right. Well, if you need anything, I'm the martial presence in the system. Just feel free to ask.
Thank you very much. Actually, I do have a request. The other planet that you said some of our folks are on,
Potentially, allegedly.
allegedly. What was it called?
Skurd.
Skirt.
It's the third planet out.
Skirt. I don't do that. Kai doesn't do that. Vicky does that. Would you mind if you hear anything else, just to send that over?
Of course.
Thanks.
Your comm codes haven't changed since you were on Anopsis, correct?
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes. Haven't changed.
I will use those then. If anything comes up, assuming they glare at their computer, assuming everything works, I will send it to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, and you head out. Where do you go?
I turn to Satsi and Zen after we walk out, and I'm like, there's 34 fucking addresses on here, and they're all over the city. I don't... What do we just roll a die and pick one?
Either that or we cross-reference with the others.
I suppose that
See
is
what they can find out.
smart. Yes. Okay. That's intelligent. I send a little text message to you guys. Just go. And I probably knew what library y'all were going to, right? We probably discussed this.
There seems to be one central library.
Great.
We
I
would not
find...
have left Kai on a foreign planet
Thank you.
without us both communicating very clearly to each other exactly where we were going to be and when we were meeting up.
Great. I text you and say I found a coffee shop close by. You want to meet there?
That sounds lovely.
Great. It's like a 5-minute walk for you guys. We'll take the car because I think our thing took a lot less time than yours. So take one of those.
I
Stupid
would also
self-driving cars
like
again.
though a book on Mirnan anatomy and or like physiology and like aging, like basically just like the basic biology textbook for their species, which I assume one can find in their library.
There is a wide variety. I assume you get one that's one of the more recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
you want to get that like the Four Humors kind of vibes. Actually, you want to get that weird.
I want the most recent one, and I would like the oldest record that exists in their database.
Kyle, do you have
that I
your
can get.
cue?
I do, but it's downstairs.
Okay.
Should I go grab it?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
We can all have cues. What color is yours?
Blue.
Excellent.
Are we all blue, or is Grant's? Oh, okay, yeah.
Are we all
Yeah.
blue?
He's the only one that has the purple one.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I like the blue one better.
Oh.
There's more bubbles in it. Anyway.
Okay. Within 5 minutes of you submitting the request, you hear a ping from that central shaft, and when you walk over, there is an actual hard copy book.
Is that for the latest one or the oldest one?
That's for the oldest one. The
Okay.
latest one comes up essentially as the data pad.
Okay.
All right. You now have those books, and you may begin studying at your leisure.
Question.
Yes.
Is this the kind of library where I'm allowed to take things out of the library?
You have to give an address and
Can I borrow books while on planet?
There seems to be a Mirrodin restriction on the hard copy.
it's a reference
You may
material.
ask the front desk.
I assume for the data pad.
Data pad you're allowed to leave with.
Okay. the book, yes, I would like to go to the front desk and ask. I would actually look at the book first and just like flip through it and see what I'm looking at.
It seems like a pretty standard textbook. It looks a little dated by comparison to.
I was
How-
definitely expecting mythology.
It is not that old.
That's interesting in its own right. I would like to check out the book if they will let me.
Okay. You walk up to one of the people at the front desk, and they say, "Hello. Can I help you?"
Hello. I was wondering. I'm a diplomat visiting from off-world, and I was wondering if what the rules are with regard to borrowing hard copies of books for the duration of my stay here. I'm an avid reader.
They look you up and down, and then open up something on their terminal and say, "What is your delegation?"
Dawn's Horizon of the Endurance Starfleet.
They seem to run a search. It takes a few moments, and then they say, "Very well. For a diplomatic mission, we will make the exception. We merely request that you take good care of it and that it returns to us in the condition it left."
I will quite literally guard it with my life.
All 18 hit points of it. Okay.
Because if someone tries to take it from me, I will probably die before they manage to get it.
Oh, God.
Okay. You are able to leave the library. Are Brick and Airy going to do anything before heading out?
No, I think we got what we needed.
Let's meet up and get some
Okay.
coffee.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Everyone
asked-
texted back with a bunch
yeah.
of exclamation points. Sorry.
They did ask that I take good care of it, so I am going to put it in my satchel.
Okay.
And I am also going to make it invisible as I put it into my satchel.
love
Nice.
Not because I
Okay.
need to, but simply because I can.
Grant, I have just like
Okay.
a fun little side thing. Also, before we get there, how long is the ride from the marshal's place to the coffee shop?
About 5 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay, never mind. If it was longer, I was going to bug Satsi about Kim, but it's only 5 minutes. I don't have time to bug.
It's going to be a long mission. You'll have plenty of opportunity.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right. Well, all of you arrive at this weird coffee shop. They don't serve coffee per se, but it's legal stimulants. You've got the availability there. They do have a choice between brewed sort of teas, something similar to coffee, and all sorts of other fun little beverages. What does everyone choose?
So no
The
mirror,
weirdest one
erase
that's not
blade.
going to mess with my brain.
The weirdest one that almost definitely will mess with my brain. Well, no, I'm gonna walk up to the counter and just be like, "Hi, I'm new. We're visiting here. I would love to try whatever you think is best."
Whatever you have that's compatible with my anatomy and will not mess up my brain.
I'll be fine. You wouldn't serve things to people that would kill them. It's fine.
Your barista looks like they just suffered whiplash from the two very different requests.
Sorry,
What-
we're a lot.
We just
what do
ordered
you-
their most and least psychoactive beverages.
I didn't say most. I just said most, like their recommendation.
What do Brick and Airy want?
There was that drink that Carta very specifically ordered when we were out hanging out. So whatever that was, I forgot what it was. I think it had honey in it, maybe. I'm not really sure.
The spring flower honey latte, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
sounds
know.
great.
I'm just making that up. Okay. What does Brick want?
Just straight espresso.
Just
No.
the fruitiest,
Yes!
like most frappuccino bullshit. Like whatever is plastered as on their menu as a piece of
Okay.
advertisement.
Okay. You
Go
get this.
on.
You get this really slim, really tall cup that's just full of rainbow colors and a
Ooh.
form of whipped cream with like a small fruit on top.
How much is it? Jesus.
And
I'm
then
gonna bankrupt.
that's gonna be 8 credits. Aries is gonna be 3.
I'm just a bee.
Um,
I don't have any money.
Kai,
Just a baby.
they give you a very, very small cup that smells incredibly strong.
Okay.
And they say, take it in sips. It will be a lot better that way, I promise.
Okay.
Kai's is 12.
Sorry. It's fine. I don't.
But
I don't
get the
under.
Frappuccino.
I'm just a baby. I don't understand money. I just look at Leaf.
It's fine. I'm keeping
What the-
track.
And for Leaf,
I was
you
raised
get-
as a princess.
And Leaf, you get a rather nondescript looking iced tea sort of thing. It's got some ice in it. They give you a straw to go with it. It tastes good.
How much was it?
5 credits.
Nice. Really quick,
Okay.
V Mandarina just called out the character art. Thank you for the compliment on behalf of
Thank
Amanda,
you.
because she
Thank-
designed it. It's beautiful. It's
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Thank you.
It's so good.
Appreciate it.
Maybe one day. I don't know how soon. You can get stickers of them. Maybe one day soon. Maybe. I don't know. I'm looking into it. Also, the
Glad you
hot
guys
dog
like
is killing me.
That's great.
It's beautiful.
It's really good. All right.
Anyway, you have your drinks,
I need.
and there is actually a nice little corner
Cornel.
corner table that you can all sit at.
What do Zen and Satsi get?
Yeah.
That's
And
kind
how
of
much
gets,
am I paying for that?
between the two of them, it's about 10 credits. Zen gets the equivalent of coffee, and Satsi has what looks like the equivalent of a hot chocolate.
Adorable.
Hmm.
Love this.
Oh, but Rick, can I try your frappuccino?
Yeah.
That was really good.
It's gorgeous.
I was like trying to sip it.
It is the sweetest, most fruity thing you have ever tasted.
Love it. I
It's
taste.
just like great. I love it.
It's amazing.
Do I have to roll a Constitution check for mine, or how are we doing this? Or is
If
it
you
just
sip it, you don't.
Okay,
However, if you don't follow the instructions, you do.
I'll sip it.
Okay. It's potent.
What
It's
is-
very potent, but it's got a very nice, almost strong spiced cider sort of taste to it.
Okay,
And it's oddly creamy,
cool,
and there's this strange bitter aftertaste.
amazing. I love that we forced Grant to think of all of these alien drinks today because I told him we're going to a coffee shop, and I'm sure he wants to kill me.
No, you're just bringing back barista trauma. It's fine.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I really want to try the fruity rainbow frappuccino really bad. Anyway.
Ooh, that's cool. Anyway,
I don't know what.
So.
but okay.
What? What's that mean?
He put a
I
marker.
put a
at-
marker so I can find the spot so that I can pull all of the descriptions of these drinks and create drinks that taste like that.
Oh.
I love this idea.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
Cool.
Yeah, you gotta give me the recipes. Post them on Instagram later.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So what do you all talk about?
So,
Yeah.
what'd you guys find?
What
Like
did we find?
3 million names. Like literally 3 million names.
Oh, no.
Sari says to
It's a lot.
We found most of the good stuff, as usual.
They had computers.
That'll do it.
I found them compatible. Well. Well, my actual notes that I took while he was describing things.
I mean, you
for
can
this
just
exact
say
moment.
you informed us of what happened. I was
the,
here.
Well, the important thing is of, well, actually, mostly I got information on their ruling family, I suppose.
Hmm. Names?
Long and unpronounceable. The although I think they just like do that thing where they just like, I don't know, the Duchess must have taken the Duke's name, I'm assuming, because her name is much longer. It's got like a little, it's like she's got two last names. It's weird. Anyways, there appears to be some records missing there on the Duchess's side, which is fascinating. Eerily reminiscent. The also there's apparently a young Duke to be at some point, hopefully a long time off, of indeterminate age and name.
Fun.
So, yeah, it's refreshing to see a ruling family that does not. They're not really ruling, are they? To see a head of state that does not necessarily, tout their family business as just a public spectacle.
Yeah, very not used to that one. Anyway. I still don't really, the whole vibe of both democratic and king and queen
Imperial?
is very confusing to me, but it seems like it's working out.
We had that on Earth. It worked for quite a while. It's good to see that it can work at a planetary scale.
More than planetary. I mean, it's multi-system.
It's true.
Yeah. Speaking of other planets, well, speaking of the stuff that we found, we have Carta's full name.
Oh?
And I know this could be just coincidental, but something tells me that it's not.
And her
it
name
is
is
the same as, and I point to the one that is unpronounceable on your paper. It's the same as that.
Really?
Really.
I knew she was a princess.
I don't.
There
I don't think it's just a Brick.
What?
I'm suddenly very interested in my data pad that I've now acquired. In particular, what I want to know is at approximately what age do Mirnan have kids?
Do another research check for me.
15.
It's not that difficult to find in a textbook. You're not searching an entire database. Mirnan are able to start having children in their teenage years.
Do they normally?
Not typically.
Okay.
There seems to be a cultural taboo against it.
I mean, like humans can have kids when they're teenagers, but we
Looking
don't
back,
really, like, it's not great.
Yeah, looking back through the family tree that I've pulled on their ruling class, what is the kind of average difference in age between
Generations.
generations?
Between 25 and 30 cycles.
Cool. I think that I think that our upcoming, presumably, meeting with the local heads of state will be most illuminating.
I imagine so.
One of those gaps in knowledge, the parents of the Duchess? Or is that known?
they're approximately the same age, which means that in practice, I think what we're actually looking for, I think that the person we are looking for is probably Carta's nephew, if I had to guess. Or
Yeah.
a younger sibling.
Yeah.
Probably nephew, because the Duchess and Carta are approximately the same age, and the Duchess's maiden name is Carta's last name.
Also, pull out my other note. We managed to get a list of. I wouldn't take that for granted. That's funny.
God damn it.
We managed to get a list of a bunch of addresses that are. They're not associated with Carta's name. They're associated with names that are similar to her name.
Okay. That's such a her thing to do.
I mean, well, there's 34 of them. I don't think they're all her. But, I mean, maybe one of them is. But I don't know if we have time to search 34 residencies.
Can I
for
see that
nothing.
list?
Yeah, and I pass it over.
Are any
I'd
of
like
those
to-
like 123 White House Boulevard or Buckingham Palace or
Yeah.
something?
What is
Clearly
at each
fake.
of those addresses? I would like to just cross-reference those with the map that we have,
Are
the
they all-
interactive, searchable map that we have.
Are they all residential?
A few of them seem to be businesses, mostly on the outskirts.
Yeah.
The vast majority of them seem to be the equivalent of apartments.
How close are they all to each other?
They're all in the same building.
No, they are not all in the same building. The apartments seem to be scattered among 3 of what you determine are half a dozen residential towers throughout the city.
You said they're scattered among 3?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose we could split up and hit them all.
I have a feeling we will want to wait till after our meeting with the
That's fair.
local nobility, just because they're going to come find us at some point, and we'd like to be in a coffee shop, not,
Raiding someone's house.
not
Fair enough.
searching for the Duchess's
Sister.
long lost.
Speaking of which, the bell to the little coffee shop rings, and a small robot hovers over to you and immediately says,
Greetings, beings from Dawn's Horizon and the Endurance Mission. Your presence is requested by the Duke and Duchess.
and a gesture toward the door.
Well, I suppose that's our cue.
I guess so. I'm gonna do this to myself. I'm gonna roll a D percentile to see how much of the coffee I've sipped. That would be a 29. So I am going to throw back the rest of it.
Roll a fortitude save.
Of course, anytime. Oh, she's doing good today. That is a 21.
Ooh, nice.
You're not jittery.
I'm not what?
But you're not jittery, but oh boy, are you focused right now.
Hell yeah, that's what I need. I go, okay. I'm ready.
In this next hour, I'll give you advantage on checks that require your senses.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm gonna write that down.
All right. That being said, what do the rest of you do with your beverages? I just need to know.
I would have also.
Is it in a
blessed
to-go
it
mug?
with-
Is it in a to-go cup or in a mug?
It's in a to-go cup. You could take it with you.
Oh, I'm just gonna take it with
They,
me.
With me.
yeah, they all are.
Brick has finished it like 10 minutes ago.
Rick, it was the most delicious thing you have ever had.
I need this in my life more.
We'll make it for you. We'll learn how to make it.
Okay.
I can learn how
I-
to
Probably finished his
right
long
now.
time
Leaf
ago.
does make an actual mental note to contact the coffee shop later and request either the recipe or that they just provide us with a stockpile of this stuff
Yeah.
for our ship because we have a provisions budget.
Love it.
Okay. So
I
that
have a
being said-
spreadsheet.
That being said, you walk out, and instead of the air taxis that you found earlier, there is this luxurious air car just parked there waiting for you. And let's see. And essentially, when you get in, the seats are plush. They're very, very comfortable. The moment the door closes, all sound from the outside disappears. And
We've never been treated this nice.
it immediately lifts off, and you barely feel a thing as this thing literally rockets through the atmosphere. Within a couple of minutes, it begins to circle around a place outside the city. You get glimpses of beautiful grounds that are well kept, with pathways walking through them. There is what looks like a hedge maze at one corner of this place.
Is there a minotaur in it?
There seems to be a statue at the center of it. You're not sure what it is. But all of this is surrounding what looks like, for lack of a better term, a manor house from Earth's antiquity. It is ornate and looks like it was built a long time ago with no expense spared. The air car that is carrying you approaches along the main drive, circles around what seems to be a cul-de-sac of sorts, and gently places you in front of the main steps leading up to this place. Along the steps are guards decorated in ornate gold and silver armor, all of them sporting pulse casters. They are standing at full attention, waiting for you to exit the vehicle.
I mean, we do, yeah.
Okay. You exit the vehicle and start walking up the steps. The front door is open, and you are met by... You can only assume that they are the captain of the guard. They wear the same uniform as the rest of them, but instead of a pulse caster, they simply have a very ornate-looking, for lack of a better term, hilt strapped to their side. And Leaf, because I know you have the power constantly active, this is a piece of Psytech, and it's charged. All it needs to do is be activated. And they walk up to you, introduce themselves, and he introduces himself as Captain Corson of the Duke's Guard. I believe you are the diplomats.
Yeah. I go around the circle, introduce everybody by name.
Very well. Are there any titles I should be aware of in order to introduce you to the Duke and Duchess?
Captain. Anybody else want a title?
No? Just Aries for it.
Brick, do you want one?
No.
You can have one.
Kai, out of the corner of your eye, you almost see Satsi looking disappointed.
Satsi, you can. Do you have one?
Well, as the captain of the guard just nods and begins to lead you in, Satsi just walks up next to you, elbows you, and shows you a single word scribbled in her notebook. Princess.
What does she use to write things with?
It's a pen.
Because I was like hoping it was like a whiteboard and I could smudge it. But I like close her notebook and I'm like, nope.
She looks a little confused because I don't think you've ever told her the full story.
No, probably not.
But she just nods. And
I just do a little like.
she nods and just, pats you on the shoulder and goes back to walking along with everybody else. Now, upon entering the manor, it's everything Kai would expect, I think. I'm not sure if anybody else has ever been in a place like this.
Well, Zen has.
Zen, not during its heyday. So for him, this is a little bit.
That's fair.
Every surface that can hold a polish holds a polish. Everything looks like it is of the finest quality. Nothing has an ounce of wear on it. As you walk through, the carpets muffle every step, and there is artwork everywhere. It is really quite stunning. And for those of you who can be overstimulated, it is probably a little overstimulating because there's just a lot going on here. That being said, after walking down a few corridors, you end at a set of double doors. And the captain of the guard nods to the 2 guards on either side of this door, and then raises a gauntleted hand and knocks twice. A moment later, he opens the doors, and in a voice that projects to the back of this seeming throne room, he says, "Captain Maliana and her entourage."
That's okay. The weird. You could just call. Actually, you could just say Dawn's Horizon. That's.
And then
Right.
Sorry.
Steps
Hi.
aside.
Sorry.
win.
Hello.
Huh?
Do we bow?
Probably.
Oh, no.
Do you guys. Kai. Okay, Kai. I rolled a quick little like how PTSD is Kai at the moment. And like how childhood flashback is happening right now. And she did roll quite low, so she's like, yeah, bow. Cause she's afraid somebody's gonna get their head cut off if they don't.
Leaf executes a flawless bow.
Also, Kai also does the just shit. This bitch has been trained for this.
I just rolled in at 20.
I do the very stiff, like, arms
Holy
at my
shit.
side, they just, like, easel, like...
Wait,
Yeah.
no joke. Since Kyle rolled for it, I was like, I'll roll for it too and see how good I bow. I also rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, the 2 official diplomats have suitably impressed their hosts. How does Brick do, out of curiosity? Did Brick and Ari roll out of curiosity?
I didn't roll, I just said, just
That's just how he
judging
does it.
on him.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
as a character, that's what he would do.
There's just a lot of clanking. A lot of things shifting around. Rick also has a backpack with all the shit that Steve has collected, so that just rattles a little bit.
Kai is sweating bullets. Like,
Uh-huh.
she's like, they're gonna
Leaf
kill us. They're gonna kill us.
twitches
They're
and
gonna
tries to
fucking kill us.
suppress a smile.
You hear from across the room, just you hear 2 people just chuckle, and then a woman's voice says, "Do please enter the room. You are welcome here."
I think we did
Oh
good.
my god, okay, we just good.
And as you approach, you get a closer look at the 2 people who are sitting at the other end of the room. The Duke is arguably quite a handsome Mirnan. Well kept with a noble bearing. Kai would absolutely recognize a lot of the posturing, because it seems Mirnan have a similar set of customs. He has dark brown eyes, indigo hair, and his skin is a dark shade of gray. The Duchess has much finer features. She's lightly built, and her skin is a middle of the road gray tone. She has dark green eyes, and her hair is black. And both rise to meet you partway through the room, and the Duke glances at you, Kai, and holds out a hand, and has kind of a smirking grin on his face and says, I was told by my officer at the docks that this appears to be a tradition with your people.
It doesn't. You don't have to.
Please introduce me. I'm curious.
Okay. I think I just got. It's like a. You just kind of. I don't know. It's like a thing. But like also it was like. I don't know. For a while, it fell out of fashion because of like germs. But I appreciate that. Anyway,
It was a global pandemic that swept our our home
Kai
planet.
wasn't there for that.
I don't think any of us were born yet.
I know. New Corinth that never really.
The prequel kids weren't even born yet.
I know.
That's a long time ago.
That pandemics happen a lot, unfortunately, throughout history.
Yeah.
So it's probably safe to assume that happened again.
Another one. Not again. Anyway.
Well, a fascinating tradition. I am Duke Serlin Altorum of the House Altorum. I would like to officially welcome you to Mirnan Space and extend all of the perks and welcome that Mirnan Society has to offer.
Okay. Kai, I don't think me, Vicky, wasn't paying enough attention, so I guess Kai wasn't paying enough attention. Kai knows all the houses. Right?
All of the houses in human space.
Well, you said
there are
house.
very few left at this point.
Okay. None of them are Altorum.
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
And I am Duchess Kirsa Altorum. Welcome to our home. It is wonderful to meet diplomats from a species we have never heard of. This happens really quite rarely anymore.
Yeah, we keep getting reminded that we haven't gotten very far. But it is very lovely to make your acquaintance.
So, tell me about your species, your people. What brings you to our part of space?
How is Kai looking at this point?
Oh,
Like, how is it?
awful. She's trying so hard to hide it, but she is struggling. But I think, am I hiding it? Let's see.
I would like to just step in at this point.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying.
They asked about our species.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
So you can talk about it.
Right. And a topic about which Leaf knows a considerable amount.
Okay. So I assume you start telling the Duke and Duchess and answering their questions?
Yes, regaling them with tales of our species evolution from primates.
All of you make a spot check. And it has not been an hour yet, so Kai, you still get an advantage on that.
Hell yeah, I do. That's a fucking 1 again, so thank fuck I have advantage. Okay. That's better.
13.
19.
What did Brick get?
25.
Hey! Let's go, my
I got a
boy.
16, but it does not matter.
It does not matter.
If he got a 25.
I'm gonna say everybody except Ari.
Oh man, come on. I'm just
Everybody except Ari can see a definitive family resemblance with the Duchess, Takarda.
Mm.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
They have the same eyes.
Yeah.
I'm so stressed, like I'm not even paying attention to what's happening. That's going on. Aries like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. He's like, just like.
I love it.
Exactly. Okay, so Leaf is going through the entire natural history of the human species.
Can I step in and
leaving out you know, the political parts, because that's so much less interesting than like the weird quirks of our biology and like our, you know, our attempts at genetically engineering ourselves.
after a few minutes, I think I'll just kind of be like, Leaf, I'm sure they I don't know if they want to know our whole history.
At this point, do they seem bored or like, or are they genuinely curious, or are they just like humoring me?
The Duke is genuinely curious. The Duchess seems to be mostly humoring you right now. In fact, she kind of glances at what seems to be a side door, and you may all make a sense motive check.
Actually, okay.
Wow.
I would if they when they mentioned that thing about
me too.
you could have won
One
on sense
game,
motive.
both of us.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
When they mentioned that thing about not having met our species before, just gonna be like, you never met any species?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Haven't heard of them?
We have yet to encounter human beings. This is truly a first contact moment. We haven't had one of these in a century.
That's crazy. Kai in her brain is like, thank fuck. 'Cause she's afraid. You never know. You know, when your dad's a dictator, who he dealt with. I got a 2. -1, so actually I got a 1.
What? Hopefully this isn't important.
Did
I got a 21.
Ooh.
Thank fuck.
Yeah, at least one of us.
I was gonna say send it and see what they get. I mean,
So
they don't
Leaf-
have to if Leaf's good. Yeah.
I'm being all diplomaty and stuff.
Yeah, Leaf, you recognize that her gaze and her expression is intended for someone, and you follow it, and you see a small shape duck behind the door and close it.
A child.
Probably.
Anyways,
What was it like?
I could go on at
mom
length,
gaze?
but
Yes.
No, what
Very
the fuck
much
are you doing
so.
it back in your room?
Kind
We're
of.
busy.
I could go on at length, but I'm sure you don't want to hear me go on about this all day.
I would certainly be fascinated to learn more, but we do have other things to do, I'm sure.
And I make eye contact with the Duchess.
Okay.
Just,
Are you trying to convey anything specifically?
I'm trying to convey just kind of general sympathy for, for her. Basically, I'm conveying that I'm aware she's not really interested in what I'm saying, and I'm being polite.
Okay.
Which is accurate.
Okay. She recognizes that, and they, unless any of you want to guide the conversation any farther, they will continue. So after a few more basic pleasantries, the Duchess says, "How long do you plan on visiting Corada?"
I mean, we don't really have a particular timeline. We have a few errands we need to run and things like that, but no specific end date. Do you guys do visas here? Is there an end date?
No, you are welcome to stay as long as you like. I was merely inquiring. The festival of the festival of the departed is approaching within the next few weeks. It is a large Mirnan festival, and Corada hosts it every decade or so. I know several members of the royal family will be in attendance. If you wish to meet them, I'm sure they will be fascinated to meet your delegation and continue establishing diplomatic ties.
This might be... We all wear translators, right? All the time?
Correct.
Okay. This...
Although, you will have noticed that your translators haven't actually activated once.
Oh, they're speaking English?
They
can't.
Their mouths don't fully match up.
This is a
You
dub.
get the feeling that they're... You get the feeling that they have their own translators, and their translators are doing a far better job.
Yeah, again.
Because yours haven't even tried to kick off yet.
Wow.
I will say, if that is a thing that's happening, Leaf is absolutely recording the actually what they're saying and the what he's hearing in his brain for future reference.
Okay.
We're always interested in participating in local customs and things. I will say, I don't know if this is an issue of the translation between us, but it does sound to me like a bit of a it's just like a memorial type of vibe. The departed.
It is a celebration of those who came before. Corada is unique in that it seems to be a point of psionic flux in this part of space. And every 10 cycles or so, the field reaches a point where echoes can cross over. It is a celebration of those who came before us, but it is also an opportunity for some of us to reconnect for a night. It is as much a celebration of those who live as it is a spiritual event for those who are able to make it.
That's that's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, always in the interest of furthering ties with you folks, meeting more of the royal family sounds lovely. We'll have to see if we're still, around. While I'm, I guess, in charge of our ship, we do have an admiral to answer to. So if things change, plans may change. But I think we'd all be interested.
As you finish speaking, you hear the main doors to the room open and someone start walking toward the group of you. And after a moment, one of the guards stops next to the Duke and Duchess, and they whisper something in their ears. You may all roll a listen check to try and listen in.
I get
and
advantage.
You do.
Hell yeah.
19.
I instead look over to the little side door.
Okay.
God, what? 13. With
13?
advantage.
Okay, so it was for Ari and Brick, it was a 19?
No, mine is a 9.
9, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Brooke, you do catch it.
Oh, yes.
One of the what they say is pardon the interruption, my lord. Junior Baron Milan is on approach. He should arrive soon. He was expecting to have a word with you. And Brick, as a bonus, you may roll a sense motive check.
Oh, I keep rolling so bad on those. A total of 16.
Oh,
It's enough. There is a visible response from the Duchess. She looks borderline furious about the idea. This is not good news as far as she's concerned. Leif, you see a small figure poking their little face around the corner of the door.
How far away are they?
10, 15 meters.
Great. How are they feeling?
They are deeply curious.
I make eye contact with them and smile, and then pointedly glance away. As
that's cute.
as in a, I didn't see nothing.
It's really cute.
Okay. You swear you hear the click of a door a second later. Meanwhile, the Duke and Duchess nod to the guard, and they are dismissed. And the Duke says, "Well, I am afraid to say further business comes our way. You are welcome, of course, to explore the grounds. If you have any additional questions, the captain of the guard is, of course, at your disposal. And I am more than happy to make time should you wish to discuss anything of a diplomatic form."
Excellent.
I glance at Kai to see if Kai's going to say anything, and then when Kai does, I do not.
Did you?
In that order.
I know, but did you need to say something?
No.
Okay.
All
No,
right.
but I pointedly glance at Kai, deferring, like,
Yeah.
I'm doing my diplomat job.
Okay.
I'm adding to your gravitas.
Thank you. It was
Or
lovely
something.
getting to meet you folks. Your Excellencies. How do you? What's the correct? From where
Standard
I'm from,
form
it used
of
to
address.
be, Grace, but
Your Grace would work just well with us. You may also, in private settings such as these, you may refer to us by our names. We are more than welcome with familiarity in private.
it's
All
very
right.
refreshing.
All right. Well, with that, they bid you adieu, so to speak, and you start essentially heading back through the corridors. Do you have any questions for the captain of the guard?
I don't think I have any. As we're, well, actually, I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Then as you travel through, all of a sudden, a door ahead of you bursts open, and somebody stumbles through and just runs up to whoever's in front of you, whoever's at the front of the party.
Probably,
Who's at the front of the party?
Probably kind.
yeah, probably me.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, probably one of us.
This little Mirnan looks up at you with giant green eyes and says, "Wow! Why is pink a normal hair color?" Where do you come from? What's your name?
I'm Kai. I came from.
And it's called ER.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. Oh my god. A different planet from very far away.
Wow, that's so cool.
What's your name?
How far did you travel?
How far? Pretty far.
Yeah.
Leaf just with a giant grin on his face.
Kai like looks over her shoulder and looks at Leaf in that way of I'm really bad with kids. Help. And yeah, it's we did come from far away. What's your name?
I'm Aro.
Aro, nice to meet you.
And the captain of guard kind of just glances at all of you and then says, young Duke, where is where is your teacher?
Did you did you give your teacher the slip?
I used to do that all the time.
I give
Maybe.
I put a little. This is a. I put my fist out like gently, not in a scary way, and I go, oh, this is like a thing that we do where we're from. Here, make a fist. Does he do it?
Yes.
Okay, and now.
Yes.
And I do the thing. And I'm like, that means you're cool.
While Kai's doing that, I quietly asked the guard, just like, I was like, we had nowhere in particular to be. If he'd like to join us, we can. Yeah, we were planning to wander the grounds for a while.
That's fine. Okay.
And immediately,
I lean over to Leaf and I go, we're not gonna bring the royal child outside of the.
I'm great with
No,
kids.
of course not.
Oh! I want to show you the fun little speeder things that we put together.
Okay.
And the
I
captain
look
of
at the guard.
Captain of the guard just gives a heavy sigh and then reaches for some sort of communication device and calls for some extra escort.
We would love to.
Oh boy.
Awesome! And you are very quickly and boisterously led out the back of the manor, and off into the grounds. And that being said, before we end, all of you may make another spot check.
Looks so good.
It's a 13, but if it's to see if he looks related to Carda.
19.
19.
Ooh.
What did Ari get?
9. I'm
Okay,
doing so good.
I'm sure everybody else will share this with you. You see the family resemblance again, but you do not see the Duke in this kid. He has
Why is this
Very
just Bridgerton? Sorry.
he has very similar green eyes, and there's something about his face that looks very similar to Carta.
Interesting.
And with that being said,
So we're gonna wrap.
I think that's where we're gonna end it.
All right, mysteries abound. Well, thank you guys all for joining us. We got a scandal. That's right, Lynn Jersey. We got a fucking scandal. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for some D&D in space. As far as the rest of the week goes, on Thursday, I'm going to be here playing a game. I don't know what. On the schedule lies, because it says that I'm going to do the no context gaming stream. I did that last week. I got to change it. But I'm going to play something. It's going to be fun. It's going to be new. It's going to be a vibe. Come by and hang out. Next week, on Monday, Aiden and I will be here. Aiden's going to leave me again. He's going to be camping. I will be here talking about something. Alone. Again. It'll be
Fanfiction part
chaos.
2.
Yeah, really, maybe. Talk about my immortal. And then on Tuesday next week we'll be back with some more D&D in space. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Also, I saw Zach Monty at the very end. Thanks for popping in. Lynn Jersey, B Mandarina, Game Doctor 04, Anna Kim, Luke, Astro Procrastination followed us today. Sig was here, and then ourselves, Leaf and Brick. But thanks for being here, and also thanks to everybody who's watching and didn't feel like chit-chatting or is to catching the VOD later. If you want to catch the VODs later, they're all on my YouTube channel. If you do !YouTube, you can find that. You can also join our Discord, Discord, and we have an Instagram now as well. It's super cute. I posted 2 reels now, and they're adorable. You should check it out. I have more coming. We're so cute.
And you should also totally check out Vicky's Instagram.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which we also have linked.
Which is now, if you type Finsta, because apparently it's fake. That was Kyle's doing. There it is.
Vicky gave me too much power.
I did. Speaking of Kyle, Mac, and Amanda, just the best people in the world to play D&D with. Thank you guys for joining me here today. Shout out to Forrest, who's currently trying to get a pizza toy away from Mac. And shout out to our lovely Game Master Grant for weaving such an incredible story. Please follow if you're new here, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and I think that's about it. We'll see you next time. Where's the button?
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.